Sports can be a huge part of someone's life. My dad played a lot of sports growing up and would always tell me stories of when he was younger, and we always watched sports on TV, so that's kind of where my for sports came from. Sports are great, but they can be a lot of commitment. They can also be a way to make friends, and in some cases, the coaches can actually ruin the fun of the sport. So, sports can dictate what you do in the spare time you have outside of them. I remember in elementary school, I would have to miss out on birthday parties or just hanging out with my friends because I had practices or games. And in high school, I had to miss like going to other sports games with my friends, or I also missed out on activities during homecoming week and Catholic schools week because I was busy and I always had to go to practice right after school. I also had to miss some family events like family birthday parties or just like family things that we were getting together, and we would either have to schedule around my sports or it was just that I wasn't able to go. Being that sports do take up a lot of time, I had to learn time management skills, and especially when it came to homework. I remember in grade school, I would always have to get home from school, finish all my homework, and then go to my sports. And in high school, it was a little different because our sports were always consistent at the same time. I would have to learn to get home, do my homework, and still be able to go to bed at a reasonable hour. Although sports can take up a lot of time, the people I was with became some of my best friends. When I first started playing hockey, I didn't know that many people, but I made friends right away, and because we were all the same age, we were able to play together for the 5 years that I played. I also, in high school, our hockey team was a co-op with 4 different schools, so I was able to meet girls from different schools, and everyone became very close very fast because we were with each other all the time. And when everyone comes home from college, we still try and get together. Playing sports and meeting friends, it's really interesting to see if you stay in touch after the season ends. And in my case, I didn't go to the same school as a lot of the kids I played with in middle school, but since we all lived in the same town and we lived close, we would always hang out with each other, and I even made some really good friends that we all went camping together a couple summers in a row. And for my sports specifically that I played, I was always a team sport, and it really helped me learn how to work together with people, and it was great to know that I always had people who I could count on, whether it was in the sport or if it was just in life. I loved the people that I played with, but sometimes the coaches can bring the mood down. Some of the coaches I had honestly made me fall out of love for sports that I played so long. So coaches can get really caught up in the mindset of winning, and they take the fun out of it, where it's just like that's all they're concerned about. In high school, I had a couple of volleyball coaches who were so set on winning that one wrong mistake, it was like the end of the world for them. Some coaches, they like to play favorites, and so a lot of people don't get playing time. I remember in my volleyball, in my sophomore year of volleyball, people didn't make the varsity team because the coach had favorites, and even if you did make varsity, it was only a very small group of people who actually played. And I ended up quitting because I just didn't like how the coaches were acting. And some of the coaches, they don't act like coaches, they don't teach you things. My softball coach in high school, he wasn't great at teaching you and like helping you get better. I remember talking to my friends about something I wanted to fix, and my senior season, my coach told me I needed to fix that same thing that I was trying to work on 2 weeks before the season ended. So although coaches made me not want to play some sports, they were still a huge part of my life, and it gave me great memories and great friends. So sports were always a big part of my life. Ever since I can remember, I played sports, whether it was soccer, t-ball, swimming, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, cross country, and it became an outlet for me when I needed it the most, and it gave me some of my best friends. And I did experience coaches who made me want to quit and not play, but without the changes that they made me make in my life, things could be different. And sports honestly made me how I am today.